Let's go, team. Follow me. Wait, what was this? Looks like nothing. Oh, do we have a perfect little battlefield set up here? Whoa!
Arrival of entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission.
I have a feeling he might be probably right.
To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of entity has been accounted for.
No, 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 no. Are you kidding?
Is that a death ring?
Oh! We gotta knock those off. I suppose we could load up a few of them. Did I totally whiff that?
Execute.
Big one wants a piece of you, Aloy.
I can't back down now.
Oh! I don't know if it's doing anything. I don't know if that's the plan. Let's try and get those little things underneath, maybe. That's looking good. Says components are coming off, but I'm not too confident. I think let's apply the heat. Shit. No, I actually think we got the one on the right. Wow, 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 wow. Got it. Time to warm them up. Shit. Be cool, everybody. Be cool. Gonna be exposed anytime now. Come on.
Somehow.
That wasn't bad. Why are we on a timer? What is this shit about? And how did I just notice it? That was great. That'll do. Oh, that's tons of damage.
More of them on the way.
All of you! Focus on the new machines!
I'll deal with the big guy then, I guess. Shit. Oh, are you kidding me? I'll help you guys. What is this?
We've got time. Okay. Still got time.
Wow. This is real bad.
Last one down. For now.
The metal children have fallen.
Yeah, sure. Let's get the mama. You know what? Let's actually... Whoops. Let's do this. Let's switch... Oh, while we're here. Let's switch out the... Nice. The war bow. Actually... Maybe the blast sling. We can boost damage. Boost handling. Let's take more damage. Shit. I don't know how we missed that one. Or that one.
Watch it, Aloy. More machines.
Don't let them overrun us!
Proximity bombs, blast bombs, sticky bombs. Holy shit.
With the time I've got left.
Well, he's got a bunch of sticky bombs on him.
Prioritize entity.
Another one. Come on, then.
Oh, shit.
This one's persistent.
On it.
Not good. Run it, run it, run it, run it. That's not it.
I'm getting knocked around here. We'll share this one. Nice shooting. Hawk and crush.
Let's go, team. Shit. This is insane. This is insane.
Time enough to beat the machine.
Come on, let me hit it. Oh, just. Wow.
That one was the last.
We can't be missing those. Not the right way. No, no, no.
Still got time.
This is wild. Come on.
Execute.
Aloy, it's ignoring us. It's going for you.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
noticed.
here it comes.
We're doing it.
That's it.
Wow.
My way's clear.
It's down! Time to do what you came for, Aloy.
System threat imminent.
No
I'm
shit.
more than a threat.
Whoa.
Master Override armed. To
Look at her.
activate state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated.
Wow.
Purging extinction protocol.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing
what?
if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
That was when she left the Primes.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess
Yep.
I would have wanted her to be curious
You got that part.
and willful, unstoppable even, but with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
The little triangle of flowers around there. Wow. That was awesome. That was just awesome. Like I started, okay, so let me walk you through my Horizon Zero Dawn journey here. Right? Game starts, we find we're in that like that bunker. We're learning about all these holograms and all this crazy like backstory of something we didn't remotely understand at the beginning. And then we're kind of thrust into this more primitive world, and we're growing up from like a young child with Rost and everybody. And then we spend vast majority of the time just trying to survive. You know, like it was like a survival story for the longest time. And then it kind of brings it like full circle near the end where, you know, we start finding out about Gaia and all of the different modules and what they do and all the Alpha Primes that were involved, and obviously the cloning and Elizabeth and what the sequences were for Hades, and like just boom, like it all happened so quickly towards the end. It's like overwhelming in a sense, but like the entire experience was awesome. Some really good, really good characters that you actually care about. You know, like Rost is like, what an exceptional character. I thought that was so well done. Olin was kind of an interesting guy. Like that was really cool. Nils, who I'm guessing now after kind of thinking back, had we finished all of the bandit camps, I bet you he would have shown up at the end. That would be my guess. He maybe, because all these people that we ran into, like we saw Petra, who obviously we just met at the end. Talana, Varl, Sona, obviously those guys were all there. Erend, super cool characters, you know. And that's what makes this for me, is like that combination of characters that we actually care about and that we want to interact with. That's a really successful kind of base for me. I'm disappointed that there's not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna have Horizon in my life for a while, you know. I really hope that they do like some DLC or something. That would be cool, because I will be right back in here, no questions asked. What they would do, I don't know. If it's just like a, you know, I don't want them to just throw like an arena mode in or something. Like cool, but I want more story, more something, you know. I think that would be really interesting. But yeah, really cool. You know, the one criticism that I do have is that, you know, like at the very beginning of the game, we're in that bunker and we get all these cool data points, like the holograms and the voice recordings and all that kind of stuff. And then like I was kind of thinking that we would find these bunkers throughout the game and learn more about like what was happening at that point in time. But we didn't really. You know, we got into some of the cauldrons, but there wasn't anything like revelatory in that sense. We reached a couple of vantage points. Those were interesting to me. I think had I not had trouble finding the first couple, like I was just like, okay, maybe these just aren't worth it because it's taking me forever to actually reach them. And then I understood like what I should be looking for in those vantage point areas, and it would have made a lot more sense. And I think some of those look backs would have been interesting. I found like I think 2 or 3 of them, and I wish I would have found more. Or I wish I would have made it more of a point to go and see them en route to doing whatever else we were doing. Because it looked like those would have some interesting backstories. Not necessarily the same vein of what we found in the bunker, but some more of that. I wish that the data points that we found out in the random world were more related to that kind of bunker scenario, that type of stuff, the holograms. Less of the text and the random like radio things, but more of like what was actually happening back then. That was the coolest thing for me is when we started, and that kind of kept having that like desire to find more. And then at the end, it's like boom, 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 boom. You find like literally everything. So like, you know, I got that satisfaction at the end of the day. But still, that would be like my one big criticism is like huge tease at the beginning for all these data points. The middle part was void of them, pretty like of that style of data point. And arguably like, you know, 80-90% of the game. And then the last part had all these cool like resurgences of those data points again. So for me, somebody like really enjoys the narrative aspect, that was really cool. The gameplay was awesome. Like really good. And you know what, like I talk about Dark Souls a lot and how like the combat feels heavy. There's a significant weight to how your character feels, and the weapons that you wield each feel distinct and unique. Same thing here. Although there aren't that huge variety of weapons, you kind of have like your main bow, you have like the Shadowcaster, you've got the sling, you've got the tie down, you've got the tripwires. Like the shooting of the bow like just felt like it had the appropriate amount of weight to it. When you do hit somebody with your staff, it was like that felt heavy. It felt like significant. If I just like combat for me in a game is so important. You compare that to a game like Neo, which was fun, but it was like weightless combat. It's like slash. There's no significant weight or difference between the weapons. Whereas these games, they nail that. I think they do a really good job. So, in terms of like the overall story, I thought it was super unique, really cool, and they thought about, you know, I'm sure that if you were to break this down and you're a, you know, super smart person, you could probably be like, well, this doesn't make any sense because of whatever. But for me, like, it looks like they put a lot of thought into it. A lot of like, what if scenarios for like this, you know, this type of situation. And I think they did a good job of like explaining it to the player. There's a lot of times in the game where you would find this hologram, it would go through its sequence, and then at the end, like, we would be talking to Silence or something, and they would have like Aloy and Silence would have a dialogue that would kind of break it down in an easy way for the player to understand, so that you're at least following along and you're at least getting the main components of the story. But if you're really paying attention, you get all those little subtleties and the little differences between the characters and what they actually mean compared to what they're saying and things like that. I thought the storytelling was really well done. I also like that it didn't really devolve into like a love story, because there were a couple of relationships that we've developed, right? Like there was Teb, arguably, Varl, Aaron would be the big 3, I guess. Even Avad, so 4. But Teb was kind of like a side, I don't know, whatever. But you know, there were some like inklings towards that, but then we never really fully committed to it. And I kind of like that. Like, the whole idea that Aloy is this independent, strong-willed female woman, like, I thought that was great, and I think one of the most memorable, like, female characters, one of the most memorable characters in general that I'll have. Like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, other, like, female protagonists that really stood out. Like, you think about, like, Clementine, obviously in Life is Strange, those characters were amazing. Like, there's a few, there's definitely a bunch. But Aloy is great. Aloy is a really, really good character and a fun character to play. There were some times where she was like a little bit like, you know, too casual for my likings, but I think that's real sometimes too, right? Like, think about how old she is and in this situation, and even if presented with a very serious subject matter, sometimes you're just going to like slough it off and be like, yeah, whatever, you know? So I don't know, it's kind of cool that way. I've heard that there is something that happens after the credits, so we're gonna get to that. Usually when they start talking about the babies that happened throughout the development of the game, that means we're getting near the end of the credits. Look at all these gorilla babies. Wow. I saw a two same last names there, so maybe twins, that would be cool. Ada Peaches, Ter Elft. Who's that, I wonder? This is a cool little sequence too, going through like a cauldron. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making it. These guys made Killzone. Think about that. Killzone, it was cool, but this is like, whoa. I want to, like, I'm super pumped to see what these guys do in the future. Please come to PC. Please make PC games. That would be amazing. Now, I don't know if we can skip this, but I really am interested to see what's happening at the end. I'm gonna let it roll. I'll phase back in towards the end. Depending on how long it is, I might let the whole thing run because I kind of like to give the recognition to these developers. Like, you think like, okay, it's Guerrilla Games, but then it's like, you have the cast of characters, you have the developers, the engineers, the marketing people. Like, think about how many people are involved with making these giant projects and how much work goes into stuff like this. It blows my mind, you know, and I don't understand game development at all. I have friends that are in game development, and I ask them questions, I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. Like, there's so much that goes into it, you'd have no idea. So it's kind of a thank you to these teams. I like to let these roll when I can. So we'll see how it goes, and if it's not crazy long, then we'll let it roll. If it's super, super long, then we'll maybe fade it in to the ending cutscene. But thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And I don't know what's next, but we'll see you soon. Take care of each other. Bye. Here we go. Oh, you've got it. No. No. I was wondering about silence.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
No, silence. What? No. No. We'll be back. We're coming back for sure. For sure. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll play Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Fine, I'll do it. If you make me. You don't even have to make me, I'm just gonna do it.